This Bama-Wisconsin game was quite the bounce back for the Tide. They really needed it. They cruise 38-14 over Wisconsin. They had 4 sacks. That defensive line showed up. That's the most sacks that they've had since last October against South Carolina. Ty Simpson, 24 of 29, 382 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 0 interceptions. Steve, guys like Cedarian Morgan and Xavier Crowell, 5-star commitments for the Tide. They had to be loving what they saw.
Well, these guys aren't wavering on Alabama, 38-14 victory over Wisconsin. They get the bye week, and then they get their shot at Georgia on the road in Athens in 2 weeks. That'll be the marquee game for us on the Recruit Reaction Show in 2 weeks. But Alabama bouncing back, getting another dominant win here and playing well and having good vibes going into the bye week. Obviously, their recruits weren't wavering. They made an impression continue to make an impression on some of the top 2027s and 2028s in the country. 5-star athlete Xavier Saab was on campus supporting his brother Keon, who plays in Tuscaloosa. Now, his brother Amari is also a prospect in 2026 class, so it'll be interesting to see which of these powerhouse programs starts pushing for Amari. You got Oregon involved, Tennessee, Miami, Penn State, Notre Dame, some places Xavier said he's going to visit. But first-class experience. Love seeing Coach Grubb's offense putting it in the playmakers' hands. He feels like a priority, and he loves Coach Shepard there at Alabama. Alabama is already the Rivals Prediction Machine favorite for 4-star athlete Braden Gordon. He had another good trip to Tuscaloosa there. Talked about the weight room, talked about it being a football town, loved the crowd and the atmosphere. That's a place that he could see himself playing. And then in the 2028 class, they had the number 1 running back in the country, Zayden Jernigan, on campus. He's from Mississippi. Alabama's going to be heavy in that one. Nehemiah McCary, a linebacker in the 2028 class. He's already named Alabama his leader. The Tide offered Braylon Clark, a 4-star, during his visit. And then Ridge James is the number 4 tight end in the country from St. Louis de Smet. He had a fantastic visit to Alabama, one of his best in his process so far.
All right, Steve. Alabama currently sitting with the number 7 ranked class in America. Here it is. Believe Alabama, at parts of the cycle were up in that top 3, 4, 5 range, currently sitting at number 7. But they're in a position where if they continue to play well, they're going to be in position to flip some guys down the stretch.
Sure. Offensive line particularly is a position that they're still looking to grab someone. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. But they have a huge opportunity on the road in 2 weeks against Georgia to start building back some capital, as anytime Alabama loses a game, Kalen DeBoer's got to deal with the doubts from the media. But they zipped it up for the last 2 weeks with a couple dominant wins, including one over the previously 2-0 Badgers today.
So let's put that schedule back up there for a second. So if we're looking at this schedule from a recruiting standpoint, is that Tennessee game or LSU game outside? Yeah. Is that going to be the big visit weekend of the season for Alabama?
Well, I think they'll have a lot of prospects on campus for Tennessee. Obviously, LSU, that's a destination game that top recruits were putting on their itinerary before the season. So we know that's going to be a loaded list. Tennessee is going to be more of recruits. There will be a lot of recruits, but maybe last-minute decisions to come to that game, maybe altering or changing their schedule. Alabama LSU is one of the marquee games in college football year in and year out. It's right up there with Ohio State, Michigan, and Notre Dame, USC. I mean, those are games that are destination games for prospects to be at year in and year out.
Yeah, and that schedule, if they didn't run into that buzzsaw that is the Florida State Seminoles, I mean, you look, they might be able to run the table here. It's just unfortunate that they had to play the Seminoles in game 1.
Sorry, I'm getting some reaction, but yeah, your Seminoles took out some aggression in that opener.
Yeah, this is great, Steve. Who are you getting reaction from currently?
Well, I'm talking to some coaches from some other games right now, but also talking to some kids that visited Tennessee today. Talked to Rivals number 5 offensive tackle, number 22 prospect overall, Elijah Hutchinson. He was one of the headliners on campus. This is without a doubt the loudest game I've been to The fans are truly devoted, and coaches, I've got really good relationships with just about all the O-line coaches and assistants. So Tennessee is a program to watch early in that process. Reaction continues to come in from Georgia Tech's awesome win over Clemson today, which I think kind of changes the hierarchy in the ACC a little bit, right? Like Clemson was the preseason favorite, but now you're looking at this season and you have Georgia Tech as an ACC title contender. Certainly Miami's the favorite now. Florida State right there with the Hurricanes. The ACC is super intriguing this year. It'll be interesting to see how many teams come out of the college, get a college football playoff invite. Florida State winning their ball game against Alabama will certainly help that conference's cause entirely. But big win for Georgia Tech today. Miami is up on USF right now, and they got some really talented young kids on campus. And Florida State's off this week, enjoying what's been a great month after a miserable 2025 campaign.
All right. Well, we're going to wrap this one up. Bama fans, how you guys feeling after that Wisconsin win? Pretty spectacular just in terms of putting away a team that should be put away that way. It was never close. It was never in question. Alabama runs it. They run it up, and now it's time to recruit. Let us know, who do you want to see Bama flip down the stretch? Put it in the comments section below.